yeah, it's just like it may not be ideal, but the vision is still the same.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana, and I love to inspire you to get out of your own way, to do the things that are within your heart. And today I'm going to be sharing my monthly reset. I'm getting ready for November, which as this video is going up, it is officially November. So happy November to you. In this reset, I'm going to be sharing my last week of the month kind of routine that I've loved to do. And it's all about just reflecting on the previous month, tying up any loose ends, planning, preparing, meal plan, family planning, getting our homeschool month together, and also just really looking forward to what's ahead for the next 30 days or so. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, you want to get your life together with me, get organized and all the things, then definitely keep watching the video. And if you are new here, or if you have been watching for a while, make sure you subscribe so that you can continue to get notified for more goal setting productivity videos like this. I do also occasionally splash in some entrepreneurship videos, a little bit of homeschool stuff here and there, and really just overall helping us all to just be better women of faith and just giving ourselves the love that we truly need.
Good morning. It is another day, and I attempted to get up early and get on a walk. It's actually almost 8 o'clock? Yeah, 8 o'clock. But it's cold, y'all. I've been falling off of my walks a lot, and it's due to so many different things. I was going in the evenings, but now it's starting to get darker a lot earlier, just with, fall and just this time of year. So that's been one of the things. It's been like cutting into like dinner time and stuff. And then it's cold. And I've also just been, kind of just getting in my way with it. And also actually a couple instances when I was walking, I've seen like a group of foxes. And so just in general, it's just been like a culmination of things, and I haven't been walking as much as I usually do, but I'm trying to, especially for November, to get back into walking and figure out whatever excuses I'm making, at least try to get out like 3 to 4 times a week. I am still in the midst of this reset, and another one of the days that I always like to do is just like a planning and reflection day. I love using the power sheets around this time of month because they have a whole section in there. It's called like month in review. So it's basically a monthly reflection where you can just kind of assess how the month went, the things that you're proud of, the things that need work and could have been better. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be doing today. But I just wanted to kind of kick the day off with a little bit of a walk. Landon actually woke up as I was leaving, and so I asked my husband, I was like, can I just get like 20 minutes? So I just wanted to come out here and get some fresh air, and then at some point I'll sit down and do the reflections. But one thing I did want to just share as part of my reflection, as I've been looking at like, okay, how did October go? One of the constant themes, I guess, that I'm finding for myself is that I'm having to just realize that my life really is different now. I have 2 kids, one very, very small, who is starting to pull up on stuff and get into things, y'all. Okay, it's getting crazy. All right. The comfort level that I had, is different. And I have this quote I've been saying for years. It's, may my urge for growth be stronger than my urge for comfort. And I feel like this month, that is really something I'm having to live out, because in order for me to continue to show up, especially for things that I love doing like this channel and, whatever future business endeavors there are, just learning new things, just the things, even just like some of the normal parts of life, like these walks, it's like I'm going to have to get uncomfortable in order to grow, in order to continue to still prioritize these things. That's just what it's going to be like. The familiarity of what I used to have is just not there anymore, and I keep being reminded of that. And I think for a while I was just trying to fight it, or just try to fit my old life into this new one, and it's just not the case. And so that's really what I guess I'm kind of just thinking about is that, as I reflect on just so much, I'm just reminded that, life is always changing. And in order for us to continue to be obedient, do the things that God wants us to do, we're going to have to be willing to trust Him even when stuff is not clear, even when stuff is unfamiliar, even when we don't recognize the life we're living. Literally, like you're waking up and everything feels different. Still show up anyway, right? And so, yeah, it's just like it may not be ideal, but the vision is still the same. And that's been kind of my October thoughts, I guess you would say. More so this week as I've been just kind of preparing for November. And I'm definitely going to be taking that into the new month and really even into the new year, because I think it's just such an important reminder. So anyway, I'm gonna finish my walk, and then at some point I'll sit down and do a little bit of reflecting and a light planning session for November.
Alright, it's the afternoon now. I finally had a chance to fill out the month in review page that I talked to you about earlier. And yeah, I love it. It has sections on here like favorite memories, action steps I'm proud of, gratitude, decluttering, or geez, gratitude, I wrote decluttering, goals that are growing well, what's not working, what I read or listened to, and then songs on repeat. So yeah, I filled that section out, and I think it's nice just to have opportunity to kind of reflect over the month. I think out of all of the stuff on here, that, or one of the things that I wanted to just mention was just that I haven't really had opportunity to walk as much as I was saying. So that's something that hasn't been working. Like, I really need those walks. I need the opportunity to just be able to step out of the house, get some exercise, and just have an ability to just talk to God, just have silence if I want to, get some fresh air alone. I think it's just one of those things, like it fuels me. So I'm really, really going to work hard to make that a priority and make it a habit again starting next month. And then I also just love being able to kind of write down favorite memories and things. We've had a lot of favorite memories. We did a farm field trip that was really fun. So I put that on here. We also did a really nice family movie night this month that I thought was really cute and fun. We watched Charlotte's Web. And then we also watched, it was kind of like a mini short movie. It was like a Toy Story spooky something, but it was like 20 minutes, y'all. But it was really fun. And yeah, we just did like homemade pizzas, and we ended up getting popcorn from the movie theater, which is definitely a hack. So if you do movie nights, or even if you just are a big like popcorn family like we are, the movie theater will let you get popcorn. You don't have to just get it when you go to the movies. We got it, and they hooked us up. We had like a huge tub of popcorn, and I absolutely loved how everything turned out. I have to like put a picture or a clip or something, 'cause I think I did take a picture that day. So I'll put something on the screen. And then another one of the favorite memories has just been like seeing Landon grow, because he has just been progressing so much over the last couple of months. He is like pulling up on things. He's starting to like walk along stuff. He is doing a lot, y'all. And we were just talking about like, kids are so different. And so he is a very different 8-month-old from how like our daughter was at 8 months. And so it's just very interesting to see, how different they are. And people always talk about like the boy energy and stuff. So we've definitely been seeing a lot of that in the month of October. That is for sure, from just like how he is getting around, pulling up, the crawling, getting into things already. I'm just like, all right, we definitely have our hands full and are gonna have our hands full.
But yeah, it's been interesting. And then I also too have just been really embracing like gratitude, just being able to get full nights of sleep again. We moved him into his room, I think I want to say it was like the first weekend in October. And wow, it's just been such a difference. Even with just like the productivity throughout the day, we've gotten on more of like a regular schedule. And that is something that I'm grateful for, of just that transition has not been bad. Like if anything, it's been really good for everybody. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But I just wanted to kind of share a little bit of my reflections. And then the next part of this is going into like the November planning. So I'm going to fill a little bit of that out, and I'll probably talk about it on another one of these days. But it says gratitude turns what we have into more than enough, which I think is a very nice quote for November. And the first page in here is the monthly reset. So pretty much with the monthly reset, it's just like a little quadrant, and you fill out your important to-dos for the month, goals to make progress on, what's on your calendar, and what's on your mind. So I always like to kind of fill out this page and really just like the sections in this whole area over the next couple of days as I think through things and continue to work through my like last week of the month and do my reset. So I'll be sharing more of this probably towards the end of this video. But yeah, hopefully this is inspiring you to start thinking about, like what do you want your next month to look like? How was your previous month or the month that we're wrapping up? I'm glad I had an opportunity to sit down and do this. I really have missed using these this year. It's just been one of those years where I have been so out of sorts. And so I'm really wanting to finish the year strong with a lot of the things that I just love to do, with the power sheets being one of those. I still need to order my power sheets for next year. Like, I'm so behind, y'all. So yeah, and I'll make sure that the link to these are in the description as well, just in case you're curious and you want to see a little bit more about them. I also have filmed quite a few videos about power sheets on here too, so I'll make sure there's a playlist link down below as well. I always like to just look at some areas where I have been meaning to get to them for the month and I just haven't quite gotten to it. And this time around, it is my front entry area. Y'all, it's kind of a hot mess. And I think it's good too because we're transitioning away from like summer stuff. I already have fall decorations up, but there's still a lot of just like lingering things from summer. But really what has been bugging me is this little area right here. It's kind of like a multi-purpose thing I have in our entry living room area. And basically it's this shoe situation right here. I need to organize some stuff, sandals and things. We're still kind of wearing them, so that's fine. My daughter is done with soccer, so we can put the soccer stuff up. As you can see here, we got like a little hat from the pool and this little baby fan. Some stuff is seasonally appropriate, some stuff is not. So I just want to organize this and just get this clutter off of here. This random package for my husband has been sitting here for God knows how long, and just like clutter, y'all. So I want to get all of this stuff up. And then also this little entryway table area. I just want to get this together. I have these cereal containers. I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them. And this is Landon, if y'all hear something in the background. These cereal containers, I'm not really using them. We don't really eat cereal as much. So I want to see if there's something I can use these for. And then also this box we got for Landon's mattress, because he recently moved into his own room, y'all, which is crazy. But I need to get rid of this box. So basically this whole little entry area just needs a little bit of love. And I think it's a great thing to focus on for my declutter for this reset.
So I pretty much have cleaned the area. It looks way better. I have some piles that I need to take upstairs. Does anybody else do that? You just kind of like set everything by the steps to take up, and then I have a pile of stuff to take in my daughter's room. But yeah, I was just looking to see some alternative uses for those cereal containers, and I'm not really seeing anything. So I might end up just kind of, I think there's some crumbs in one or two of them. I'm gonna just dump it out, and then I think I'm just gonna sit them in the garage for now. If anyone has any suggestions on what to do with them, they're really good quality and they're great containers, but I just right now I can't think of anything I could put in there. I've seen stuff like putting like craft stuff in there. Like if you garden, you know, putting like different seeds that you might be using for gardening or and different things. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep doing some research and seeing, but for right now, I really wanted to just get them out of my view. So they'll be going in the garage and it looks so much better. Last year we actually did this and it worked great. We ended up putting socks in a bin for my daughter because with just like wearing boots and tennis shoes and different things, we always ended up having to run back up to her room. So this is going to be her bin for her socks and just any other little catch-alls she wants before she leaves out the door. And then this whole little section is hers with her shoes. And then I think I'm just going to make this basket kind of like an extra one for right now. It's completely emptied out. It's completely emptied out, which is great. So that'll just be for some extra things. But y'all, literally night and day difference. And then this is what we got going on over here. So yes, I'm happy with the progress.
Every week or so, I like to go to a coffee shop to get work done. And of course, for this reset, I wanted to make sure that I had everything ready to go for what I want to do for November here on my channel, my newsletter, my launches and different things happening. And just really having a moment to myself to think about the things I'm getting ready to create and put out into the world. I highly suggest getting to a coffee shop or getting out of your normal environment to get productive and get organized. All right, good morning. It is a few days since the last time I recorded, but this morning I've had an opportunity to finally sit down and just continue getting prepared for November, which is the goal. And I just started filling out the power sheets, and now I am getting ready to do the meal plan. So I'm definitely on track as far as my last week of the month of what I like to get done. Once I have a good idea of like my to-dos and different things like that, any important dates and stuff that are going to be on the calendar, then I like to sit down and plan out like our family time. So we have a movie night that'll be scheduled. Also with November, we have Thanksgiving coming up. We have a couple of breaks happening. We have a trip that we're going to be taking. So that definitely kind of changes some of the typical meal planning stuff, but I am still going to be doing my theme days of meal planning, and I'm going to just kind of plug in based off of what we have. We did do a big Costco trip over the weekend, so that's really good. It gave us a really good jump start on everything we needed, and then I grabbed a couple of other random things on a pickup from the grocery store too. So I have a pretty good idea. Like, we're pretty stocked with things, and that'll allow for me to come up with the meal plan. So anyway, I have a little file. So this is the file that I like to use, and it's basically just kind of one that I like to refresh. I don't use this part as much as I should. I used to use this all the time. You see, it still says natural grocers. When we lived in New Mexico, we don't even have natural grocers anymore. But I do use this go-to meals section, and this is my fall one. So I use a lot of the same meals, And then I also have my like meal theme ideas and things over here, which it has shifted a little bit. So I'm going to update this really fast. And then I also have this little section right here is where I have the themes in here just so I can have a quick reference. And then other things, because I'm planning multiple meals. I have lunch ideas for Emery. I have a couple more things to add to her since she's having more interest in other types of food. So this was from last month. I did this meal prep thing. So I'm going to kind of do something similar with the meal prep and figure out what I want to do. And I'm also trying to come up with a lunch rotation for me and my husband so that I have a better idea of what we're going to be having. This is the meals that I did last month. So I'm going to clear this out. And I think I am actually going to fill this in. It would be helpful just to kind of see what we have. And then that'll give me a good start. All right, so the meals are decided on. And then I'm gonna make these chocolate veggie muffins. They're really good. It's got like zucchini and carrots in there. They're really good. My daughter absolutely loved them, so I'm gonna be making those again. Got some weeknight meals, got a couple like longer meals, which will be more so on a Sunday most likely. A couple lunch ideas. Okay, so I'm gonna fill in a couple of these now. And this is an erasable pen as well. I love using either a pencil or an erasable pen for stuff like this because things get moved around all the time. Okay, I am having a love-hate relationship with my hair. It's like I really initially liked when I got it cut, and now I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's starting to kind of be in like that weird in-between stage, and I was just talking to my mom about it the other day. I'm like, please, the next time that I want to cut my hair, please convince me not to cut my hair, okay? Even though like I love it and everything, but I feel like it requires a lot more upkeep, which I kind of was prepared for. But at the same time, I just find myself still throwing it up because, I don't know, it's hard to explain. And then this little like flippy situation that keeps happening over here, it doesn't matter like if I wrap it or whatever the case is, I'll curl it, it'll be like that for the moment and then it's back. Just as far as like things I'm looking forward to for November and just where I'm at with my reset. November has some really fun stuff coming up. My grandmother is turning 70, so we're traveling up to Ohio to celebrate her. We're having a party for her, y'all. It's gonna be so nice. It's like a masquerade theme party. So I need to finalize my outfit. Of course, I need to like get packing and everything for all of us. Emery already has her dress. I need to find something for Landon. I want to see if they have like a little baby. My mom had this idea. It's cute, like a little baby tuxedo onesie type thing. I was looking online and I found a couple, so I think I'm gonna go with something like that. And then just a couple of odds and end things, just getting prepared to travel and all that stuff. So that's on the list. Obviously Thanksgiving. I'm trying to make some final decisions on what I'm doing for my business in terms of November because I'm debating on doing a launch of some sort. So more details to come on that, but I've been praying about it and really thinking on it to just make sure that I have the capacity to do it. And so I have a couple more days to decide if I'm going to do it or not because, I'm going to need to get the ball rolling like immediately in November. So I'm going to see how that goes. I think I am going to do it, but just trying to determine just like how that will look and everything. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. I also did get the meal plan done and I made a couple of changes to it. So I like how it is right now. Of course, like I said, I'd be using erasable pens. If I need to erase something, I definitely will. And the only other thing I really have left on my list, I need to finish the calendar. Today's like the calendar's day. So I'm going to just fill in our family calendar. We have like a Google family, Wells family calendar. We have a Google family calendar that I like to fill in so that my husband can kind of see things. And I'm going to fill that in today. Not really a whole lot. We do have like a couple of appointments and stuff like that. So I just want to fill that in. And I also have done the meal plan already. So my calendar's day, it's usually that's what it is. It's the meal plan. It's the family calendar. It's coming up with any like family ideas. And then tomorrow, which is Thursday, my plan is to do the homeschool prep for November. I try to do something every month where it's either like a field trip or an activity or something. Sometimes it ties into what we're learning about. Sometimes it's just something to go and do. So I want to see if I can come up with something for November. And then y'all, I feel like I'm getting pretty set for November. Like I'm feeling really good about it. I want to come up with my goals for the month, just kind of using the power sheets and everything as well. And then I also do want to show you guys a little peek at my business planner that I've been using. It's the Inspire Blueprint Business Planner, and I've been using it for the last couple of months. And it's the planner that I created and have been using for years. So it's nice to just like be back in there and starting to write things down again and just, seeing stuff through. But I want to also get that written in for November. And then also I started reading again, and I'm currently reading this book. My husband got this for me for Christmas a couple of years ago, y'all. Like, I used to be such an avid reader, and I have fallen off so bad. And so I'm like, another thing, because I don't know if I really have said, but one of my goals for pretty much the rest of this year, as well as going into next year, is I really want to get back to the things that bring me joy and get back to the stuff that a lot of time gets put on the back burner just because I am a mom and a wife, homeschooling, trying to run a business, do all this stuff. It's really easy to be like, oh, I don't have to do that. Or, oh, I don't have time for that. And then you look up and it's like years of not doing things that I enjoy. And as sad as it is, that's okay. I'm like, the point is I am aware of it and I want to get back into it. So anyway, I picked this up the other day because I have a quiet reading time that's set every day that my daughter has to do, where she has to read for like 20 minutes. Whatever she wants to read. I try to encourage her to read like a book, like a chapter book or, something like that, but she can read pretty much whatever. And so the other day I sat down with her together and we like turned on this really nice, like vibey little fall countdown YouTube thing. And then I read with her and I started this book and I'm like, okay, so far so good. So, I'm getting into it. I was reading a little bit last night and then I ended up falling asleep. But I say all this to say that I'm going to finish this book in November, okay? That's my goal. And I would love to be able to say that I've started a second book. I don't know what that's going to be. I'm not going to put a ton of pressure on what's next. I'm just going to finish this one. But at the rate that I'm at, I'm like, I should be able to finish this. I definitely won't be able to finish it before this month is over because we only got 2 days left of October. But I don't see why I can't get this finished within the next week and a half, 2 weeks. And honestly, I could do it quicker, but again, my time is just limited. And physical books, it's kind of hard to sit there and hold a physical book while I'm trying to, handle my 8-month-old and stuff like that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, but I'm getting ready to get into this day. I'll check back in with y'all tomorrow as I get ready for some homeschool prep for November, and I'm feeling so good. I feel like November is going to be a good month. I'm really just trying to stay positive and encouraged and just do all of the things.
All right, so it is time for me to get homeschool stuff in order for the new month, and I have my daughter's folder where at the beginning of the year I had her decorated with stickers, so she had so much fun doing this little activity. And y'all, I don't know if you were a fan of Lisa Frank back in the day. They had a Lisa Frank sticker book at the Dollar Tree, so I ended up getting that for her and she loved it, amongst a lot of other ones. But anyway, this is her folder where she puts all of her work that we do. It's where I'll go in, I'll grade stuff. Basically just giving her stickers, marking anything off. We do most of our stuff together, but every now and then she'll do some things independently. At least once a day she has a couple independent activities to do. And then also, this is nice too because then my husband can kind of see what she's been working on. I'll put it in here. And this is the yearly accordion file that I use every year to put stuff in. So we've been doing school since June. So I have stuff in here for not June. We've been doing school since July. So I have every month in here has stuff in it. And it's just, kind of like a portfolio and a workup in a sense. I actually need to print off another couple of months. I made a planner for myself that I've been using in my little teacher binder that I'll show you in a second. And I'm getting ready to print out a couple more months because October is the last one that I have. But a couple like notable things we've been doing. We've been doing like some drills, some math drills. We've been learning about pilgrims. So this was a little activity we did actually yesterday, a little log cabin craft. We read One and Only Ivan, which y'all, that book was so good, super cute. And this was her little book report that she had to do about it. And then we watched the movie, so we kind of compared the movie to the book. And I just ended up making this little thing on Canva. So anyway, there's that. Let me see. Just like a couple little notable things we done. Tons of spelling tests. Tons of spelling. We do spelling tests every Friday. So we have one tomorrow. We learned a little bit about Christopher Columbus on Columbus Day. So we did a painting for the 3 boats for his voyages. We've been really getting into watercolor a lot. She's been enjoying just like making little random drawings and paintings. We did like a leaf project. October was a full month. We also went to a farm, so that was fun. And she got a chance to it was mostly kind of like more fun, but there was some learning involved with it as well. We also did a corn maze, which that was interesting. A little pilgrim thing. All of her good and the beautiful stuff ends up going in here, as well as like her math. We do Math Mammoth. So anyway, I don't really organize this too much because I already have kind of gone through week by week and I've already jotted down what we've done. So this is literally just me taking this entire pile of papers and sticking it in the section that it goes in and calling it a day. And then at the end of the year, you know, I'll go through stuff and I'll try to narrow it down a little bit and just kind of keep like the things that really stick out, where you can kind of see like the progression over the year of learning. So that's kind of going to be the goal there. But yeah, so this part is done. And then her folder is fresh and ready for November. So this is where I will have my instructor guides. I have a calendar for the year in here. And then I also have just some different little activities and stuff that we do occasionally. We do a lot of math games. So I have a lot of the math game stuff in here. Just different things that I found online, free and paid. I just need to double check. My printer sometimes will have like a moment where it forgets what to do. So I'm going to check that in a second. But this is my daughter's binder, and similarly to mine, I will put different stuff in here for her to work on. Most of it is like her math curriculum is in here, and then whatever fun like science unit we're doing or social studies unit, if there's like parts for kids, I put in here. So we've been working through this Autumn in the Forest science, and that's in here and has a lot of activities. We're learning about like different animals. Next week we're going to be learning about foxes, which is her favorite. So, okay, it's printing right. So I was just checking to see what I need to print off for her, and also just what we're going to be doing the next couple of weeks, basically through November. This month is a little bit different because we have a full week off for Thanksgiving break, and then we also have like a half week, almost a full week off, because we're going to be traveling for my grandmother's birthday that I mentioned. So I like to just kind of get a rough idea of what we're doing. I usually write stuff in pencil. I think I've mentioned this many times. Pencil or erasable pen is the best friend for you when you are resetting, planning anything, because it just allows for the mistakes to happen, which things are always changing for us. Okay, so we are almost done with her math unit that she's in. So I'm also going to be printing out some stuff. So again, I mentioned we use Math Mammoth. We're kind of in like the telling time unit right now. So we're going to be getting into this tomorrow, actually, because we're doing a little bit of some core curriculum stuff. And then we only have, shoot, y'all, I think two or three more lessons in this. And then she has her chapter review and test. And then we move on to the next section. So I'm going to print that stuff out so I can really be set up for success for November. So lots of printing. And then this room looks insane. So I'm going to do a quick pickup in here as well. And then we'll be all set for November. So let's pick this room up a little bit, and then I will sit down and do a little bit of planning.
Okay, so got everything printed out basically for what we'll need for the month and even going into December as well. So I have started to roughly fill out our time. I still need to punch holes in everything, but at least the intention is there. I decided that we are actually going to do a couple days of school the week of Thanksgiving just because we are having so much time off up here. I feel like it makes sense because if not, November is going to be such a light month, which I think is nice to have that. We've done a lot of school days, so we're fine on our time, but I just want to make sure. And then I like to use these in the week when I need to like really plan stuff out. And I use these little boxes to write different things, like if it's something we need to work on, a concept, or if I think of like a cool idea or something as I'm researching things. That's what I use these pages for. Sometimes I'll even write like personal stuff going on in here. It just depends. Yeah, so I just kind of loosely planned the month up until we will be gone, and then even a little bit into the last week as well. So I'm printing off her language arts stuff now, and then I'll basically just punch everything, get it popped in all of the binders and where everything goes, and then we're all set. So November is going to be a good month. I'm feeling good about it, and it's a light month as well. So happy to have that checked off of the reset. And really the only other thing I need to do is just to kind of finalize some of the stuff in my power sheets, like some of my own personal goals, things I'm doing for my business, like I kind of touched on with you. And that's pretty much it. I think we are definitely going to be decorating earlier than later for Christmas, just because we kind of have that time when we're going to be gone. And I think it would be kind of nice, at least maybe like do like a half. I used to work at Bath and Body Works like years ago, and we did these things called floor sets, where you would basically change the store over for the next holiday or whatever sale was coming up. And I remember like the holiday season had by far the most, and fall, like that whole, the Burr months. And we would have like levels to it, you know, so like you would kind of just slowly make it amazing until it was like the full thing. So I'm thinking we might do that for the stuff. Like I think I might start with decorating this room first, early November, and then possibly the kids' rooms and stuff. I mean, Landon is really just gonna get maybe like a little tree on one of his bookshelves or something. It's not gonna be anything all like that. Emery has like a full set of stuff that she likes to put up every year, so we'll do that. And that way she can kind of enjoy it. And then we'll maybe start doing like the more downstairs main area when we come back. Then that way my husband won't be like, can we have Thanksgiving? Can we enjoy Thanksgiving first? But that's the plan, kind of like easing into the holiday season. You know, I don't know, I'm really excited about this year. Maybe it's because now we have 2 kids. Maybe it's just, I don't know. The last couple of holiday seasons I was kind of but I'm really looking forward to this one. So I think November is going to be great, and I'm just excited about it. I appreciate you tuning in for this November reset. I know it's going to be a great month. I pray and I hope that it is a wonderful month for you as well. May this be a month of unexpected blessings, answered prayers. May this be a month of just really seeing just how amazing God is. The world is really heavy right now. There's so much unknown and uncertainty for so many different people for just a lot of different reasons with just everything that is going on. And so I just pray that for you that you're watching this, that you and your family, you have everything that you need 10 times over, that there is abundance coming your way, happiness coming your way, joy coming your way. Have an amazing and wonderful November. Make sure you stay safe, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.